Susanna, is it still that you're not home yet?
Overtime.
Did you have dinner yet? I'm getting worried since it's past 9.
Stop checking on me every hour.
You usually message me when you're working late.
I'm not a child who needs constant supervision.
I was just concerned. You've been working late almost every day this month.
That's what successful people do.
You never used to work this many hours before.
I'm trying to advance my career. Not everyone is content staying in the same position forever.
I've left the food in the fridge, so just heat it up when you get back.
I don't need it. I already had dinner earlier.
Oh, I see. It would have been nice if you let me know.
I was too busy to remember. It's not like I have as much free time as you do.
Where did you eat? Maybe we could go there together sometime.
It's not really your kind of place. Too expensive.
I spent time making your favorite curry today.
You're always focused on these little things.
These little things used to matter to you.
People grow up and want more from life.
I may not have as much overtime as you, but I'm not exactly idle either.
Compared to me, you definitely are. You hardly ever do any overtime. And even when you do, it's only for an hour or so.
I finished 3 major projects this week. I just managed my time differently.
Managing time isn't going to get you promoted.
My team values efficiency over hours spent at the office.
That's just what people say when they lack ambition.
That may be true, but the way you said it wasn't very nice.
Well, if you made more money, I wouldn't have to work. But since you don't, we have to keep up this dual income lifestyle.
When did money become so important to you?
When I realized how limited our life is.
We discussed this when we got married. You said you were happy with our lifestyle.
People change. Their ambitions grow.
I thought the amount I make is enough to support us.
Not even close. I want to live a much more luxurious life than this. Saving and being frugal is just not my thing.
You used to clip coupons with me on Sundays.
That was before I knew what I was missing out on.
What brought this on? You never used to care about luxury brands.
I've grown. I see what other successful people have.
Like who? Your coworkers?
People who actually made something of themselves.
But the way we're living is pretty standard for most people. Constantly comparing yourself to others isn't really healthy, you know.
I'm just stating facts.
Lately, Susanna, your attitude has been rather prickly. Have I done something wrong?
No, the problem is that you don't do enough. If you have time to come home and do chores, you should be using that time to pick up a side job and make more money.
I thought you appreciated that I help around the house.
That's a wife's job. You should focus on being more successful.
Since when did you start thinking this way?
Since I started seeing how real successful men live.
And how do they live?
You lack ambition, you know. Normally, a man would want things like a luxury car or expensive watch, but you don't seem to care about those kinds of things at all.
I'm just not that materialistic. I enjoy spending time with you, traveling and just relaxing at home.
That's so boring.
Don't say that.
Look at my boss. He works until midnight every day and just bought a new sports car.
Is that what you want? Someone who's never home?
At least he has something to show for his hard work.
And what do I have to show for mine?
A mediocre apartment and a used car.
I used to think you valued other things.
I used to think your calm personality was charming, but lately, I don't feel much male appeal from you. I'm constantly striving to improve myself, so you need to step up and become a man worthy of me.
Is the way I am now not good enough?
No, it's not. You need to be more active, make more connections, and generally be more powerful.
I network within my industry. I just don't brag about it.
It's like you're just a part-time house husband. You need to step it up.
I'll try.
You always say that, but nothing changes.
I could look into some career development courses.
Well, even if you try, I don't know if it'll make a difference. You're just not that attractive to begin with.
That's a cruel thing to say to your husband.
Sometimes cruel is honest. Anyway, when you get home, can you clean the bathroom? I want to soak in the tub when I get back.
Sure, I'll take care of it.
At least you're good at cleaning.
Is there anything else you need?
Just focus on the cleaning. I have a late meeting to prepare for.
Will you be home for dinner tomorrow?
Don't wait up. These meetings usually run late.
Every night this week.
That's what it takes to get ahead. Ryan, I have to go on a business trip at the end of the month.
When exactly? Is it a long trip?
5 days, from the 28th to the 2nd.
That seems longer than your usual trips.
The client is important.
Oh, that's too bad. Your birthday is at the end of the month, right? I had made reservations at a nice ryokan.
Can't be helped. Important client meeting.
Could we move the meeting date?
Don't be ridiculous. This isn't some small account.
Is it that big automotive company?
Yes, my boss specifically requested me to join.
Couldn't someone else from your team go?
My boss wants me there personally.
He seems to always want you on these trips.
Because I'm good at what I do. I know, I'm sorry. It's for work, so I can't help it.
Well, we can just reschedule the trip for another time. I'll see if I can change the reservation.
Don't bother with the ryokan.
Why not? We could go the following month.
The timing won't work out.
I could try for a weekend?
I'll probably have more business trips then.
You've been having a lot of those lately.
That's what happens when you're valuable to the company. That's probably best. Since the trip is canceled, you should just spend the money on a nice birthday present for me instead.
What kind of present did you have in mind?
You know that luxury store near my office?
The one with the window displays you always look at?
One of the designer bags I like, around $50,000.
$50,000? That's quite expensive.
My boss's wife has 3 of them.
We're not your boss's family.
But we could be like them.
What do you mean?
If you worked harder, we could have nice things too. I know, but it's what I want.
The same model your boss's wife has.
She always looks so elegant with hers.
I'm not sure I can afford something that pricey.
I thought you'd been saving up for my birthday.
I have, but not that much.
How much did you save?
About half that.
Oh, I see. Well, forget it then. It was too much to expect from a poor person like you.
I could maybe do around $30,000.
Don't bother. It's embarrassing to carry a cheaper model.
Since when did you become so fixated on brands?
Since I started moving in better circles.
That's still a lot of money, Susanna.
It's fine. You don't have to. I didn't really expect you to be able to afford it anyway.
I'm sorry. I can't get you the more expensive one.
Just forget about my birthday altogether.
Don't be like that. We could look at other options.
Like what? Something from a department store?
There are a lot of nice things in our price range.
It's whatever. I shouldn't have asked a poor person like you for such an expensive gift.
You don't have to call me poor.
But it's the truth. That's why I have to work, right?
I thought you could stay home if you wanted to.
With what money? Your salary barely covers our mortgage.
We discussed our finances before marriage.
Not with your measly income. If we want to have a child, you need to make at least twice as much.
I do want a child eventually.
Eventually isn't good enough anymore.
We could start planning.
Don't even dream about it. Make more money first, then we can talk.
What happened to us starting a family by 30?
Plans change when you realize your husband can't provide.
I provide everything we agreed upon.
Well, I've grown beyond our agreement.
When did you start thinking this way about money?
When I saw what real success looks like.
At your office?
Yeah, some people know how to live properly.
Like your boss?
At least he knows how to treat his wife.
With expensive gifts?
With the lifestyle she deserves. Ryan, where are you? The hospital's been trying to reach you.
I'm at home, Mom. What's going on?
Your wife was in an accident, is in critical condition at the hospital. You need to come right away.
Which hospital?
Memorial Hospital. She's in the ICU.
I'm not going.
What do you mean? She needs you.
No, she doesn't.
She's unconscious. The doctors are doing everything they can.
Let them do their job.
Ryan, please. This isn't like you. What are you talking about? Your wife is fighting for her life. She needs you by her side. Please, come quickly.
There's no point in me going.
Ryan, this isn't like you. What's wrong?
I don't want to go.
Did something happen between you two?
You could say that.
Whatever it is, can't it wait?
No, it really can't.
The doctors say the next 24 hours are critical.
Ask her boss about her condition.
Her boss? What does he have to do with this?
Everything.
Whatever it is, this is more important. She's in critical condition. Why on earth not? Your wife is in terrible shape and today is also her birthday. Please, for her sake, come to the hospital.
I know she was brought in with another man.
What? No, she was alone in the car.
That's the nurses who brought her in.
The emergency team said they found her alone.
Check the accident report.
What are you talking about? It was just an accident on her way home from work.
She wasn't coming home from work.
How would you know that?
Because I know where she really was.
What are you saying?
No, I know the truth. Susanna has been having an affair with her boss for the past 6 months. I found the evidence in her laptop.
That can't be true.
Check her messages. The password is her boss's birthday.
Why would you know his birthday?
Because she changed all her passwords to it.
There must be some explanation. My daughter would never do something like that. There must be some mistake.
I had a private investigator look into it. The evidence is clear. Her boss's wife was also at the hospital, but she didn't seem concerned at all. That's why she already knew about the affair.
His wife is here?
Ask her yourself. She has all the evidence.
She's been screaming at the nurses.
Now you know why.
Ryan, I don't know what to say. This is all so shocking.
I want to move out this weekend. When Susanna wakes up, please tell her that I want a divorce.
Can we talk about this in person?
There's nothing to talk about.
But she might not make it.
That's not my concern anymore.
She's still your wife.
Only on paper.
Ryan, I'm so sorry.
It's not your fault, Mom. The one to blame is my wife.
How long have you known?
Long enough to know it wasn't a mistake.
Why didn't you say anything?
I wanted to be completely sure.
Is this why you've been distant lately?
I've been gathering evidence for the divorce.
The doctors say she may be permanently injured.
That doesn't change what she did.
I understand. I really am sorry.
Take care of yourself, Mom.
You too, Ryan. You're still family to me.
Thank you. But after the divorce, it's better if we don't stay in contact.
I understand. I'm sorry it ended this way. Ryan, I need you to come to the hospital. We need to talk.
Whatever you have to say, you can say it right here. I don't have time to go all the way to the hospital.
Please, I can't even walk to see you.
That's not my problem.
You haven't answered any of my calls.
There's nothing to discuss.
Mom told you, didn't she? About the incident?
Yes, she told me. Apparently, your boss's wife confronted you after you regained consciousness.
It wasn't how it looked.
Really? How was it then?
She showed you the messages, didn't she?
I knew long before that.
How long?
Does it matter?
It matters to me.
Since that dinner you canceled 3 months ago.
The one where you made curry?
The one where you were with him instead.
You knew all this time?
Every time you said you were working late.
Why didn't you say anything?
I wanted to see how far you'd go.
I'm so sorry. I was wrong.
Sorry for what? For constantly making me do all the housework while you claim to be working late? For looking down on me compared to your boss? For cheating on me for the past 6 months? Or for lying to me all this time?
For everything. I lost myself.
No, you found yourself. This is who you really are.
That's not true. I was confused.
Confused for 6 months?
He manipulated me.
Don't blame him. You made your choices.
He promised me things.
Like that expensive bag?
It wasn't about the gifts.
Then what was it about?
I felt special when I was with him.
And I made you feel ordinary?
All of it. I was completely wrong.
Well, your apologies mean nothing to me. The only thing you can do now is sign a divorce paper so I can cut ties with you as soon as possible.
But I can't walk anymore.
I see. Mom told me about that.
The doctors say it's permanent. Don't you feel anything about that?
Not really. You'll just be someone unrelated to me from now on, so it doesn't concern me.
After 5 years of marriage,
You threw that away, not me.
we can start over.
There's nothing left to start over with.
Don't say that. I can't have children anymore either.
So what? You said before that you couldn't afford to have a child with my income anyway.
I didn't mean those things.
Every word was true to you then.
I was trying to push you to be more ambitious.
By sleeping with your boss?
That wasn't about ambition.
Then what was it about?
I was stupid. So stupid.
I see. So your boss, who could afford the expensive bag you wanted, was the one you really had in mind, huh? Good thing the police recovered that bag from the accident scene. It's pretty beat up now, but at least you got what you wanted.
I don't want any of that anymore. I just want you to come back to me.
The bag cost you your marriage. Was it worth it?
The bag means nothing now.
It had meant everything to you before.
Please, I'll do anything.
You want me to come back and be your caretaker for the rest of your life, is that it? Sorry, I'm done being used and disrespected by you. You can live the rest of your life regretting your mistakes.
I need you now more than ever.
You should have thought about that before.
Please, give me another chance. I was wrong. I realize that now. You're the only one I have left.
Where's your boss now?
His wife won't let him see me.
How convenient.
He hasn't even tried to contact me.
Of course not. You were just convenient for him.
I'll devote my life to only supporting you from now on. Please, just give me one more chance.
The only support I need is your signature on the divorce papers.
Can't we try counseling?
Save it. Your apologies mean nothing. I'm filing for divorce.
Please, don't leave me alone like this.
You did this to yourself. After 1 month, my divorce from Susanna was finalized. The court proceedings were swift. There wasn't much to debate with the clear evidence of her infidelity. The affair was exposed, and she was ordered to pay damages to my boss's wife. In the end, Susanna received nothing in her asset division, since it offset the infidelity damages. She still owes my boss's wife a substantial sum, which she'll have to pay off in installments. My wife's boss, who lost his wife over the affair, is now bedridden and alone. His injuries from the accident left him unable to return to his position at our company. When the scandal of their affair became public knowledge within the company, he was forced to resign. His wife, armed with documented evidence of their long-term affair, received a substantial settlement in their divorce. My mother-in-law, well, former mother-in-law, supported Susanna during her hospital stay, but I heard the relationship became increasingly strained. After Susanna was discharged, she told her not to come back to their home. She couldn't forgive her daughter for betraying someone she considered kind-hearted and destroying her family. Now Susanna will have to live with her regrets, managing her permanent injuries alone while working to pay off her debts. I moved out the day after the accident, and I'm now living alone peacefully. Found a new apartment in a different part of the city, and threw myself into my career. My colleagues, who had always respected my quiet dedication, supported me through the transition. The emotional pain is still there, but I'm trying to move forward positively. Started attending support groups for divorced individuals, and found comfort in sharing my stories with others who understood my pain. I've come to realize that my best revenge will be when I feel truly happy again. To achieve that happiness, I'm grateful for the support of those around me, and I'm ready to start a new chapter in my life. My former mother-in-law still keeps in touch. She chose to maintain our relationship despite the divorce. She occasionally sends me home-cooked meals, just like she did when I was married to her daughter. Emma, my mom just messaged me that something happened. What's this about? Did you two get into another fight?
She contacted you too?
Yeah, she said something happened while cleaning. I wasn't sure what she was going on about, so I wanted to hear your side.
Whatever she said, she's probably lying. She kicked me while I was cleaning the floor.
She kicked you?
I was on my hands and knees scrubbing the kitchen floor. She came in and deliberately walked across the wet floor right after I asked her to please wait until it dried. That's when she kicked me. She said it wasn't on purpose.
What were you doing on the floor anyway? Couldn't you use a mop?
Your mother said the mop doesn't clean well enough. She pointed out spots yesterday and said I needed to scrub them by hand. I was trying to do what she asked.
You must have understood. Mom wouldn't do that.
What is there to be misunderstood about being kicked? I still have a bruise on my side.
Show me the bruise when I get home. Maybe it's just from bumping into something.
I know the difference between bumping into something and being kicked. Why don't you believe me?
I heard you yelled at her even after she apologized.
That's not what happened. Why does she always twist things around? She claimed her foot accidentally hit me, but it wasn't like that at all.
Maybe you were in her way?
I was cleaning her floor because she complained about spots yesterday. She kicked me, and I fell on my face. I hit my chin on the floor, and it still hurts.
Did you put ice on it? You're probably making it sound worse than it is.
I tried to ice it, but she wouldn't let me use the ice packs. Said I was being dramatic.
Well, Mom apologized, didn't she? Can't you just let it go? Since you were crouched on the floor, she probably just didn't see you or something.
She called me trash and said that's why she didn't see me. Do you know how many times this has happened? Last week, she accidentally spilled hot tea on my hand. I still have small burn marks on my fingers. The week before, she pushed past me on the stairs, and I'm the one who got screamed at.
You should watch where you're going then. Mom's getting older. She needs more space to move around.
I was against the wall on the stairs. There was plenty of room. She went out of her way to bump into me.
That all does sound bad, but I don't think she'd do all that on purpose.
She called me useless because I can't have children. She brings up children every single day, sometimes multiple times a day. Plus, she deliberately dumped the trash can on the floor I was cleaning, right after I finished the whole kitchen. I just asked her to please stop. I've been nothing but respectful to her.
Maybe if you clean more thoroughly the first time. Mom's just very particular about cleanliness.
I spend hours cleaning every day. Nothing is ever good enough. No matter how much I do, she finds something wrong.
We've been married for 2 years now. Can't you just try to get along?
I wanted to have a good relationship with her. I've tried so hard to be a good daughter-in-law. But your mom keeps harassing me, and honestly, I can't live like this anymore.
What?
I want to move out. We need our own space. We can't keep living with her. This isn't healthy for anyone. I could pick up more shifts at work to save up more money. The restaurant already offered me more hours. I think my salary would be enough for us to manage. We could find a small apartment nearby.
No way, we need to save money right now. Have you seen rent prices lately? Our dream is to own a home, remember? Mom's letting us live here rent-free. We should take advantage of this as long as she's letting us. The sooner we save up, the sooner we can buy a house. Don't run away just because Mom was a little harsh.
A little harsh? Did you miss the part about her kicking me? It's not a little harsh. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is straight up abuse. I feel unsafe in my own home. Do you understand that?
Mom's always been straightforward, but she's still a super nice person. You're too sensitive. You shouldn't take everything so personally. I know her. She's been pretty intense even when my dad was alive.
I've tried really hard not to. I keep making excuses for her behavior and giving her the benefit of the doubt, but lately, I just can't handle it anymore. I cry every day in the bathroom at work. I've even had customers ask if I was okay. And it really hurts when she keeps bringing up pregnancy. She told the neighbors I'm defective.
Mom just wants to see her grandchildren soon. That's normal for her mother-in-law. You can't blame her for that.
I understand where she's coming from, sure, but we've only been married for 2 years. Please, just listen to what I'm saying. I need you to understand how serious this is. Do you remember that one time she tried to spread that rumor about me getting a disease from men I've dated in the past? Things like that have been happening ever since we got married, and now she's physically hurting me. I'm scared to be in the house alone with her.
You're being ridiculous now. Mom raised me my whole life without hurting me. I turned out okay, didn't I?
This isn't about how she raised you. This is about how she's treating me now as your wife.
Look, this conversation is going nowhere. Just apologize to Mom for yelling. That's probably all she wants from you, an apology. Make her favorite dinner or something. Show her you're trying.
I've been trying the past 2 years. I cook, I clean, I do everything she asks. When will it be enough? I've never done anything to her, so I don't know why she dislikes me so much. Can't you just put in a good word for me or something? Tell her that I mean no harm? If I try to say anything, I feel like that would just be adding fuel to the fire.
What would me saying anything do? That's just how Mom always been, even since I was little. Deal with it. Anyways, I need to get back to work. I'll talk to you later. Just try to get along with her, please.
Working late again?
Yeah?
Third time this week.
Can't help it. Overtime.
You've been doing a lot of overtime lately. I barely see you anymore.
Bills don't pay themselves. Don't wait for me to come home to eat dinner. You can go ahead.
You're never home for meals anymore. I made your favorite dish yesterday. It's still sitting in the fridge.
Don't start nagging. I told you I'm working.
You haven't eaten dinner at home in weeks. Are you at least eating properly?
I usually grab something quick after work. You don't need to worry about me.
The dinner I made yesterday is still in the fridge, untouched.
I was busy.
Okay, I want to talk to you when you get home. It's important.
About what? I'll be home super late and want to sleep right away, so just tell me now.
But you're at work. This isn't really something to discuss over text. Can't we talk face to face?
It's more annoying to have to talk before bed. Why can't you just say it now? What are you being so dramatic for? I'm on break anyway.
Are you sure you want to discuss this over text? It's about our future.
I said stop being dramatic. Just tell me.
Okay, well, I have a request. I scheduled a doctor's appointment. Would you come with me to get fertility testing?
What? Me?
Yes, both of us.
Can't you go by yourself?
Getting pregnant isn't something I can do alone. Either way, we'll need to work on this together. It's better if we both get tested from the start.
No way. I don't want to go. If you want to go by yourself.
The doctor specifically recommended we both get tested. It's standard procedure.
Why are you pushing this? We've only been married 2 years. There's plenty of time.
Your mother brings it up every day. You said you wanted children too. I thought we could at least check if everything's okay.
I'm not going to any doctor.
What if there's nothing wrong with me? Don't you want to know?
Are you trying to say I'm the problem?
I don't know. That's why I want us to get tested together. That's the whole point. To find out what's going on.
Forget it. We should just let it happen naturally.
I made the appointment for next Tuesday. You don't have overtime then. I checked your schedule.
You what? Don't go behind my back like that.
Your mom tells me every day about how useless I am for not having children. Every single day, Kevin. And you said you wanted them soon too. Remember on our wedding day?
Yeah, but kids are a gift from heaven. Don't you think it's weird to force it? It should just happen.
Are you saying children born through fertility treatments are weird? Is that what you think? That they're not natural enough?
I didn't say that, but going to those lengths seems scary, like playing God or something.
What's that supposed to mean? My sister had fertility treatments. Is my niece weird to you? Even with fertility treatments, there's no guarantee of pregnancy. I think any pregnancy is a miracle, regardless of how it happens. Why are you so against even checking?
What are you getting so worked up? Are you panicking because you might be infertile?
What about you? Would you say the same thing if you were the reason? What if it's your issue?
I'm fine. I never had any major illness and I'm perfectly healthy. I work out 3 times a week. Never even had the flu.
That doesn't guarantee you can have kids. The doctor said it's actually quite common for men.
What? You trying to tell me I've been shooting blanks this whole time? Is that what you're trying to say?
I never said that. I'm trying to solve this together, like a couple. I just want to consider fertility treatment if we want children. Don't you want to know what's going on?
You want treatment, do it alone. I'm not going, and I'm not getting tested. End of discussion.
I see. Fine.
If I knew I was going to be a waste of my entire break, I wouldn't have asked. Stop messaging me about stupid stuff. Going back to work.
This is our future family we're talking about.
Well, it was pointless as hell to me. Maybe you can't get pregnant because it's all you ever talk about. Ever think of that?
You didn't have to say that. That was cruel.
That's how I feel. maybe we should calm down a little bit. You're being really annoying about it because Mom is pressuring you. You're just getting worked up for no real reason.
I'm getting worked up because my husband won't support me. Even for something this important.
I said no. Drop it.
When I got home from work, your mom kicked me out. All my things are in boxes on the porch. She handed me divorce papers. Kevin, what's going on?
Yeah, about time.
About time? What do you mean?
Leave. I'm divorcing you.
I just got home to find everything I own in boxes. You couldn't even tell me yourself? You had your mother do it?
Mom offered to handle it. Makes things easier.
Easier for whom? Why did I have to find out like this? In front of all the neighbors?
Stop making a scene. You're always so dramatic.
Why? What happened? At least tell me to my face.
Because I'm having a baby. Simple as that.
A baby? What are you talking about? This isn't funny.
My girlfriend is pregnant. I don't need you anymore. That's all there is to it.
Is this some kind of cruel joke? What are you talking about? You're just going to divorce me after everything we've been through.
It's not a joke. She's already 3 months along. Due in winter.
Girlfriend? You were cheating? All those late nights? The overtime? You were with someone else? What? This makes no sense. How long? How long have you been seeing her?
Yeah, it's sudden. I get it. But I told Mom she's thrilled. She's already given her blessing. Been seeing her for about 6 months. She works in accounting.
All those nights I waited for you. All those messages saying you were working. You were just lying?
You're making this harder than it needs to be. Things happen. People move on.
6 months? While I was begging you to get fertility testing?
Yeah. Turns out you were the infertile one. And you tried to blame me. That's why you're no good.
Is this why you wouldn't get tested? Because you were already with her? You let me think something was wrong with me?
Look, what's done is done. No point in dwelling on it.
Is she the reason you've been missing dinner? Is she why you wouldn't look at me anymore? Why you stopped coming to bed until I was asleep?
Doesn't matter now. It's over.
When did you stop loving me? Or did you ever love me at all?
Don't get emotional. This is business now. Just take the settlement and go.
Enough. I understand how you feel. It's perfectly clear. You're a coward.
Sounds like you finally understand. That's good. No point in begging. My mind's made up, so don't make this difficult. And don't worry, I'll give you your share of our assets.
We barely have any shared assets. You spend every penny you make. On her, I guess.
Well, yeah. But Mom said she'll pay the settlement and we get divorced quickly. So you can't complain about that.
Your mother knew? This whole time? While she was tormenting me about being childless?
Mom's practical. She wants grandchildren.
She knew you were cheating? So, all those times, when she called me useless, when she said I wasn't woman enough, you both knew?
Mom was just trying to make things easier for when this happened.
You planned this? You and your mother planned this.
Calm down. You don't need to make this into a huge thing. Things just worked out this way.
You know what? Fine. If I'm getting a settlement, I have no complaints. I was thinking about ending things with you anyway. The last few months have been hell. Now I know why.
Yeah, you can act as tough as you want. We both know you're nothing without me. Oh, make sure you save yourself the trouble and tell any future guys that you're infertile. You probably don't want to get dumped again. Oh, who would want you anyway?
She must be quite special to make you throw away 2 years of marriage.
She's everything you're not. She can give me what I want.
I don't want to hear anything else from you. You're pathetic.
Let me say one last thing. I never would have married you if I'd known from the start. What a waste of 2 years. Oh, and something else. Mom was right about you all along. You're worthless as a wife and as a woman. Just pure garbage. Don't blame me for throwing you away. It's your own fault for not being able to give me what I wanted.
So, all this time, you were just waiting to leave?
Does it matter now? It's over. Just accept it.
Was any of it real?
What?
Did you ever love me at all? During the entire 5 years I've known you, or the 2 years we've been married?
Who cares? I got something better now. Someone who can actually have kids. Thanks for everything, I guess.
Yeah, thanks, I suppose. Thanks for showing me exactly who you are.
Get your stuff and leave. Mom says she's changing the locks tonight.
Already called my sister. She's coming to get me. Don't worry, I'll be gone before you get home. Wouldn't want to inconvenience your perfect little family.
Good. Finally doing something right.
I hope she's worth it. Worth destroying everything we built.
She already is. More than you ever were. Hey, Emma? Long time no talk. Hope you're doing okay.
I'm sorry, who is this?
It's me, Kevin. Did you forget that we used to be married?
Oh, I deleted your contact, so I didn't recognize the number. I actually forgot you existed, to be honest. Had to scroll back through old messages to remember.
Don't be so cold. We were married until 3 years ago. That means something, doesn't it?
3 years is a long time. Long enough to forget bad memories. Why are you messaging me?
Just wanted to check on you.
These past 3 years have changed me a lot. All for the better.
Yeah, must have been rough. You still work at that restaurant? Part-time chef and infertile? Must have been some hopeless days, living alone and all.
Your opinion of my life means nothing. Again, why are you texting me?
Just wondering how you're doing. You're still alone, working that same old job.
Not really. Can you just tell me what the hell you want?
Can I check on my ex-wife?
No, you lost that right.
Drop the tough act with me. Just be honest. Must be lonely working in that kitchen. Coming home to an empty apartment. Don't you still want to raise kids?
What? What is this? Why are you contacting me after 3 years of silence?
Just tell me if you still want to raise kids. It's a simple question.
I do, but why are you asking?
Then I've got an opportunity for you. Listen, okay? I'm in trouble. My wife left, abandoning our kid. Just walked out one day. If you're still lonely and single, want to be a mom? Kid needs someone.
What are you talking about? Are you drunk?
I'll even remarry you. You want to raise kids, right? He's a cute little boy. Looks just like me. 30 years old now. Aren't you happy? This is your chance.
First of all, you must be out of your mind. Second, no thanks. I have my own child.
What?
I remarried 6 months ago, and I'm 3 months pregnant. The baby in my belly is all I need for parenting. Don't need your secondhand family.
You're remarried? What's this about being pregnant? You're lying. This has to be a lie.
No, I'm not. Why would I lie?
But you're infertile. That's why we divorced, remember?
No, you were the infertile one. Always were.
I have a kid, though. He's proof. Stop lying. There's no way you're pregnant.
Are you sure that kid is really yours? I got tested at the hospital and I'm perfectly fine. All my tests came back normal. Every single one.
What? So I'm the problem? That's what you're saying?
I found out before the divorce. Between the both of us, if anyone had issues, it was you. The one who never got tested. The one who was too scared to check.
You got tested before the divorce. When?
Yeah, the week before you told me about your girlfriend.
Why didn't you tell me? You should have said something.
You told me you wanted a divorce before I could. It didn't matter anymore since we were ending things. You made your choice.
What? So, my kid might be someone else's? That's unbelievable.
Well, whether you want to believe it or not, that's probably the case. You'd have to get tested to know for sure. But you're too much of a coward for that, aren't you?
Oh wait, this can't be happening.
Well, if the blood type matches, it's fine, right? You've lived together all this time, so you must love him. Just keep raising him properly. Be a better father than you were a husband.
What? I can't raise someone else's kid. This is insane.
Not my problem. He's your chosen woman's child, so what's the issue? You picked her, remember?
It is an issue. You're saying I've been deceived this whole time? She lied to me?
Again, not my problem. Think about that after you get tested. If you ever work up the courage. Well, bye. I'm busy. Got a doctor's appointment. Prenatal checkup.
Wait, don't go yet. Hey, what kind of life are you living? What kind of guy marries a divorced woman? Your husband must be pretty pathetic. Probably poor or ugly. Something must be wrong with him. No decent man would want someone else's leftovers.
First, you messaged me asking me to raise a kid you don't even know is yours, and now you're trying to pick a fight? Is that why you really contacted me?
If you're struggling, I'm saying I'll make your life easier. I've got a good job now, better position. I can take care of you.
My husband is very successful and makes twice what you do. He's kind, gentle, and incredibly sincere. Everything you never were. Everything you'll never be.
No way someone like that would marry you. You're making this up.
If you don't believe me, why ask in the first place? Why contact me at all?
Emma, listen. Just hear me out. I've been thinking a lot lately about us. The time I spent with you was the happiest I've been in my whole life. I didn't realize it then, but now I do.
That's nice. Took you long enough.
Yeah. Remember how you used to make breakfast every morning? You even packed my lunch for me. No one's done that since you left.
I don't need your nostalgia. I don't want to hear about your memories.
After I remarried and we started living together, Mom's abuse made my wife mentally ill. And now Mom's in a nursing home living in fear. Karma, right? You can't even look people in the eye anymore.
You reap what you sow. You're just getting back what you did to others, your mother included.
You don't understand how bad it is. My wife was worse than useless. Plus, she was a spendthrift who never did housework, and I ended up doing most of the childcare. I had to learn to cook and clean everything myself. When our son was a baby, she wouldn't even change his diapers. I come home to find him with a terrible diaper rash. She'd just leave him crying. Spent all our savings on shopping.
How awful. For the child.
I regretted everything. Every single day. Why do we end things like that? You're always so kind to Mom despite how horrible she was. You kept the house perfectly clean, and you even helped with our finances. Remember how you helped me with my taxes? And I went and cheated on you. I ruined everything.
That's all in the past for me. Ancient history. This is pathetic. I don't have time for your ridiculous stories. I'm not your therapist.
It's not ridiculous. I'm trying to apologize here. I'm trying to make things right.
Even if you apologize, I can't forgive you. And I don't want anything to do with you anymore. Do you understand?
Don't say that. I want to start over with you. I want to go back to how things were when we first got married. Remember our honeymoon? When we went to Mexico? That was fun, wasn't it? Remember how happy we were?
Stop.
I'll divorce my current wife. I'll even help raise the child you're pregnant with now. I'll be an amazing father to them. Please, give me another chance. I know I messed up.
Stop joking. If you're not joking, that's even worse. You're truly delusional. Your mom abused me daily, even hit me, and you did nothing. You wouldn't cooperate with fertility testing and called me annoying. You cheated on me for months. Maybe life with me might have been convenient for you. Maybe you were happy because things were working out for you. But for me, it was hell. Every single day was torture. We're strangers now. You need to understand that we have nothing to do with each other anymore.
We were married until 3 years ago. That has to mean something to you. We're not strangers. You must still have some feelings left, right? We loved each other once. Remember our first date? The restaurant by the lake?
Don't talk about love when you threw me away 3 years ago. When you called me garbage? When you let your mother abuse me? My love is for my current husband and the baby inside me. I don't have even a millimeter of love for you. Not anymore. Bye.
Emma, please. We can go for coffee. Just one time. We can talk properly. Won't you at least think about it? I really regret everything I did. I'll make it up to you, I promise.
You know what? I'm really happy now. Truly, deeply happy. I only have one thing to say to you. Thank God you threw me away. I'm grateful. Thank you for freeing me from hell. Now, I'm blocking this number. Don't try to contact me again.
Wait!
Goodbye, Kevin. Afterward, my ex-husband went to get tested for fertility and discovered he was the one with issues. He confronted his wife about their child's paternity, but she showed no remorse, handed him divorce papers, and returned to her parents' house with the child. I only know this because he sent the whole story to my old email address. He was completely devastated. He kept trying to contact me about getting back together, so I finally deleted that email address. I've blocked him on WhatsApp too, so he can't contact me anymore. Both my ex-mother-in-law and ex-husband got what they deserved, and I feel no sympathy. The woman who tormented me daily now sits alone in a nursing home, and the man who called me worthless discovered his own limitations. Sometimes karma works perfectly. My baby is growing healthy, and I'm due in 2 months. I know parenting will be more challenging than I imagine, but I'll work hard alongside my kind husband. I can't thank him enough for showing me what real love feels like. Looking back, leaving that toxic household was the best thing that ever happened to me. Now, I can focus on building the warm, loving family I always dreamed of. Well, Sarah, any news this month? Surely you must be pregnant by now. Hi, Barbara. No signs of pregnancy yet. Still nothing. Why not? I'm not sure why. It seems to just be how my body is. Have you seen a different doctor? Maybe you need a second opinion. We've already consulted with multiple specialists. There must be something wrong with you. You're doing everything correctly, aren't you? I'm sorry. We're trying our best, but it's just not happening. Are you tracking your cycles properly? Maybe you're missing your fertile days. Yes, we're tracking everything carefully. If you're doing everything right, you should be pregnant by now. You're still getting fertility treatments, right? Yes, we're continuing with those. And they're not working? Not yet, but the doctor says it's still possible. What a waste of money. The treatments are expensive, but we believe they're worth trying. Worth trying? You've been trying for years with nothing to show for it. No, we still have a chance. We haven't given up hope yet. You keep saying that, but where are my grandchildren? We want children too. It's not easy for us either. How much more money are you planning to waste? Such an expensive daughter-in-law. How many years has it been since you married my son? Almost 5 years now. 5 years of failing to give me grandchildren. Please understand, infertility isn't something we chose. It's already been 5 years. How much longer are you going to make him wait? You keep saying you won't give up, but there hasn't even been a hint of a pregnancy. If you can't get pregnant soon, you should just divorce my son. Please give us more time. It's not certain that we can't have children. More time? You had plenty of time. The doctors say there's still hope. There you go again with that excuse. I can't believe we got stuck with such a useless daughter-in-law. But John says he's okay even if we can't have children. He says we could be happy just the two of us. We don't have to force having children if it's not meant to be. We're happy enough together. He's lying to make you feel better. He's been very supportive through all of this. Don't be ridiculous. He's just too nice to tell you how he really feels. My husband doesn't say anything either, but he's disappointed in you too. Father-in-law is. Of course. A wife who can't have children has no value. That's a very harsh thing to say. I'm doing my best. But I'm sorry to disappoint you. Please, just wait a little longer. Have you considered that maybe you're just not meant to be a mother? We're not giving up yet. You have 1 year. If you're not pregnant within a year, you're out. Given my son's age, that's the limit. Understand? 1 year. That's not your decision to make. It absolutely is my decision. I won't let you waste any more of my son's time. John and I will decide what's best for our marriage. 1 year. The clock is ticking. Barbara, I have news. You might not believe this, but John and I are having a baby. Really? You're not joking? No, I'll send you the ultrasound picture later. The baby is growing well. Finally! I've been waiting so long for this day. We're very excited too. When did you find out? How far along are you? Actually, we've known for a while, but John and I decided to wait until the first trimester to tell anyone. You should have told me sooner. We wanted to be extra careful this time. This time? Have you lost pregnancies before? We wanted to be sure everything was stable first. We didn't want to disappoint you if something went wrong. Even though it was our decision, I'm sorry we waited to tell you. Well, I suppose I can forgive you since you're finally pregnant. Thank you. When are you due? In about 5 months. Oh, really? So, what's the gender? You must know by now. Yeah, we just found out recently. Well, don't keep me waiting. What's it going to be? It's a girl. I'm so excited to buy cute outfits for her. What? A girl? Yeah, a baby girl. Are you sure? Sometimes they make mistakes. Oh, the doctor was very clear. It's definitely a girl. Ugh, a girl. I got excited for nothing. Is there something wrong with having a girl? Obviously. The family name needs to be carried on by a boy. A girl is useless. That's a terrible thing to say about your grandchild. Shouldn't you be happy that John and I are finally having a baby? Did you try those methods I sent you before? The ones that help you have a boy? Those old wives' tales don't work. Gender is determined by genetics. No, girls are no good. Once she's born, do whatever it takes to get pregnant with a boy next. What do you mean by whatever it takes? You know exactly what I mean. No, I don't. Please explain.
Get rid of her. Put her up for adoption or whatever. It's a waste to spend money raising a girl. Have another baby and spend all the money on a boy instead.
Are you seriously suggesting we give up our daughter after it took us this long to get pregnant? She's our baby.
It's the sensible thing to do.
I won't put her up for adoption. Why does gender matter so much? This isn't the 1950s. This baby is precious to us.
You don't understand our family traditions. Only boys have value. Maybe if your second child was a girl, it would be fine. But right now, we need a boy.
I don't even know if I can get pregnant again. Don't talk about it like it's so simple.
After all that money we spent on fertility treatments, and this is what we get?
We spent? You never contributed a penny to our treatments. You have no right to complain about how much we spent.
If you're going to talk to me like that, you'll have to leave. We don't need a daughter-in-law who can't produce an heir. If you don't want to leave, do as I say.
No.
Excuse me?
I said no.
How dare you refuse me?
You're being incredibly selfish. I won't leave, and I won't give up my daughter. Gender doesn't matter. I'm going to raise this baby girl.
Are you defying me?
Yes, I am.
After everything I've done for you?
What exactly have you done except criticize and threaten me? I won't follow your demands anymore. I'm going to protect my child as her mother.
You ungrateful woman. How dare you talk back to me? You can't even fulfill your basic duty as a wife.
My duty is to my child and husband, not to your outdated beliefs.
You're throwing away generations of tradition.
I won't judge my child based on gender. Any child of mine is precious.
You've changed since getting pregnant. Where's the respectful daughter-in-law I used to know?
I'm still respectful, but I won't let you harm my child.
So, not only can you not produce a boy, but now you're talking back to me?
I'm standing up for what's right. I've put up with everything you've said until now and always done what you asked, but I won't listen to someone who tells me to abandon my child. I've reached my limit.
Oh, is that so? Fine, I'm done with you. You'll regret this attitude. Don't expect me to consider that thing in your belly my grandchild.
That thing is your son's child.
A girl can't carry on the family legacy.
Fine by me. Having such a prejudiced grandmother would only hurt my daughter anyway. I don't want you coming anywhere near her.
Who are you calling prejudiced? Don't get too cocky.
I'm calling you exactly what you are. If you won't accept her as your grandchild, then stay away from her. She'll only know my parents as grandparents.
You can't keep my grandchild from me.
You just said you wouldn't consider her your grandchild.
That's fine by me. I don't want to see her face anyway. She'll probably grow up to be just as awful as you.
At least she'll grow up loved and accepted. She won't be anything like you, so don't worry.
You think you can raise a child without my help?
Better no grandmother than one who rejects her for being a girl.
You'll regret this.
The only thing I regret is not standing up to you sooner.
We'll see how John feels about this.
John already knows everything you've said. He's been reading these messages.
You're lying.
He's right here with me. He's disgusted by your behavior.
You've turned my own son against me.
You did that yourself with your cruel words about his daughter.
I heard you were hospitalized.
Yes, but it's none of your concern. The baby and I are fine.
You should tell me when these things happen.
Why? You said you didn't consider this baby your grandchild.
Still being disrespectful, you'll get what's coming to you again.
What?
Did anything unusual happen before you went to the hospital?
Why are you asking?
You'll end up in the hospital again. This is what happens when you're carrying a girl. It's punishment for your attitude towards me.
Are you threatening me? What do you mean by get what's coming to you?
You were attacked by thugs, weren't you?
No, I wasn't.
What? You weren't?
Why would you think I was attacked?
You must be lying. There's no other reason for you to be in the hospital.
Despite what you might have heard, I was just hospitalized for some health issues. It was mostly precautionary.
What? That's not what's supposed to happen.
What was supposed to happen? The doctor said it was likely stress-related. I think we all know where that stress came from. But what's this about thugs? Who told you that?
Nobody told me anything. Did you meet anyone before going to the hospital? No strange men around?
Why are you so interested in whether I met any strange men? No, nothing unusual.
Nothing unusual when you left your apartment?
No, I just walked out normally.
You didn't go out at your usual time?
How do you know my usual time?
Really? You're not lying?
Barbara, did you try to have someone attack me? Did they target the wrong person?
I don't know what you're talking about. The wrong person?
You seem very concerned about specific details. I'm clearly fine, and I didn't see anyone suspicious. It wasn't me. Did they attack someone else by mistake?
That's impossible.
What's impossible? That I'm fine, or that someone else got hurt?
Stop asking questions.
I understand you don't like me, but this is too far. I'm worried about whoever might have been caught up in this. I'm calling the police.
Don't call the police.
Why not? If someone's been hurt, they need help. Someone might be being attacked right now in my place. You need to contact whoever you hired and stop them immediately. This is criminal.
I don't know anything about this.
You just gave yourself away by saying that's not what was supposed to happen and begging me not to call the police. Why deny it now?
You're twisting my words. I don't know anything. I didn't do anything.
The police can trace messages, you know? Just stop the attackers quickly. If this ends badly, if someone dies, your life is over.
My life is over?
What will your husband and son think? You'll become the family's disgrace. Stop them before things get worse.
You wouldn't tell them. Please don't tell my husband and son. Please.
John is right here with me.
He is? He's reading these messages?
Yes, he's frantically calling his father right now. The only thing you can do now is minimize the damage. Where were the attackers supposed to ambush me?
At your apartment. When you came out, I gave them your apartment number.
What exactly did you tell them? Did you perhaps give them the wrong building number?
It's apartment 405, right?
Which building?
What do you mean, which building?
We're in building 2. Did you tell them that?
There's a building 2?
You didn't even check which building before sending attackers? Building 2 is set back, so it's hard to see from the front. Even delivery drivers get confused sometimes. They probably went to Building 1 by mistake.
Oh God. What should I do?
Someone innocent might be hurt because you didn't bother to check. I'm calling the police to watch the apartment complex. You need to turn yourself in.
Turn myself in?
What did you think would happen? This is attempted assault.
But I didn't actually do anything.
Hiring someone to attack me is still a crime. Obviously. Just pray there are no victims. Barbara, haven't you turned yourself in yet? Your husband is looking for you. Where are you?
I can't face everyone. What's happening outside? Are the police looking for me?
They just caught the attacker at our apartment complex. A woman in Building 1 was attacked.
Oh no.
Did you really think this would end well? She was attacked coming out of her apartment, but she'll survive. Fortunately, another resident happened to pass by and subdued the attacker. As luck would have it, the resident was an off-duty police officer.
Police?
The attacker has been arrested. They'll quickly figure out you hired him. Running away is pointless.
I never meant for anyone else to get hurt. How did this happen? I just wanted to teach my insolent daughter-in-law a lesson.
By having me attacked? While I'm pregnant? Even if I had been the victim, it would still be a serious crime. You got flustered when your plan went wrong and confessed. Not only did you get the building wrong, but your whole plan was poorly thought out.
What is my son saying?
What do you think he's saying about someone who tried to hurt his wife and unborn child? He's in shock. He now sees you as an enemy.
That's not true. I'm not his enemy.
But you tried to hurt his wife and daughter. Of course he sees you as an enemy. Your husband must be shocked too. His wife becoming a criminal?
Criminal? I didn't do anything directly.
Hiring someone to commit a crime is still a crime. I looked it up, and in this case, you're considered a co-conspirator. That means you'll be punished just as severely as the actual attacker.
Does that mean I'll go to prison?
What did you expect would happen?
So, if the injuries are minor, I might not go to prison?
Don't misunderstand, Barbara. Regardless of the extent of injuries, you committed a crime. Plus, the victim may carry emotional scars for life.
I know that. I never meant to involve an innocent person.
You meant to involve me, though? Your grandchild's mother? Poor woman. You'll have to spend your life making amends to her. By the way, who was this thug you hired?
Some local delinquent. He and his friends always hang out in the empty lot next to our house. He agreed to do it when I offered him money.
You'll need to tell the police all of this. Involving someone like that too? What were you thinking at your age? Before trying to teach others a lesson, you should realize how wrong you are.
Shut up.
Also, John just told me we're cutting all ties with you. We won't have any contact, and we won't tell our daughter about you.
My own grandchild? How did it come to this? What possessed me to do something so stupid?
Indeed.
I wish I could be reborn and start over.
That's...
What?
I'd feel sorry for any woman who had to give birth to you. While any child, boy or girl, would be welcome, nobody would want to give birth to someone like you. Afterward, my mother-in-law was arrested. The incident made the news and caused outrage online. She became quite infamous. The victim suffered injuries requiring several weeks of recovery. She turned out to be quite brave, appearing on TV to speak openly about the incident and demanding severe punishment for the perpetrators. The media came to us as well, as we were family members. Several reporters approached us for interviews. When they learned about the background that this all started because my mother-in-law was angry about having a granddaughter instead of a grandson, the public's reaction was even more intense. Women's rights groups became involved, using this case as an example of ongoing gender discrimination in society. To escape the media attention, my husband and I decided to move. My family helped with the move, so it wasn't physically demanding. My father-in-law gave my husband money for the move. He also divorced my mother-in-law. She probably never expected to get divorced at her age. I guess my father-in-law wanted to make a clean break. Later, I gave birth to a healthy baby girl. The trial was difficult for everyone involved. The victim's testimony was particularly moving. She spoke about how she now felt unsafe in her own home, all because of a case of a mistaken identity. The delinquent who carried out the attack testified about how my mother-in-law had approached him, confirming everything she had inadvertently revealed in our text messages. My daughter is now growing up in a peaceful environment, far from all that drama. My husband and other relatives adore her. In the end, my mother-in-law was the only one who cared about gender. My father-in-law often visits and dotes on his granddaughter. He always says she has his eyes, and he couldn't be prouder. The incident changed our family forever, but perhaps for the better. We learned who truly valued family over outdated traditions. My daughter will grow up knowing she's loved for exactly who she is, not for what gender she happened to be born.